I just couldn't do it.
Hello beautiful people, it's your favorite nursemaid Nay and welcome to my channel. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to just go ahead and introduce myself, tell you who I am, what I do, and why we're here. My name is Nay, I am from Chicago, I am 28 years old and I am a labor and delivery nurse. I am transitioning from Medsurg to labor and delivery. That transition in itself has been up and down for me, but nonetheless, I love what I do. All right, so first thing, why did I leave Medsurg? Well, why does anybody leave Medsurg? I just didn't want to do it. It just was never something that I wanted to do. I kind of got into it because I am on my own. I needed a job. Labor and delivery was just not calling quick enough, and I needed to start working. I'm not mad about it. I learned a lot of skills. I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to be a nurse, a new nurse at that. I learned how to deal with patients. I learned so much from that experience. So I'm not mad about it at all. But the pee, the poop, the wounds,
I just couldn't do it.
now, granted, in L&D, there's some pee and poop involved, but it's not like Medsurg. If you know, you know. Let's talk about the differences between Medsurg and L&D. First thing, when I was in Medsurg, the most amount of patients I would get would probably be 5. L&D, I would get about 2. However, those 2 really is 4 because it's mom and then there's baby. I have to pay equally amount of attention to both of them and make sure that both of them are healthy, happy, and good, right? Now, I know you may think like, okay, well, 4 here, 4 to 5 Medsurg, what's really the difference? The difference is that in Medsurg, the acuity is just different. So if I come into 5 patients, more than likely I have 2 that have high acuity and 3 that are kind of just chilling. And when I say just chilling, I mean just kind of just, they don't really need too much. Everything is kind of just self-explanatory. They don't have that much going on. I really can kind of just pay more attention to these 2 and kind of just let them chill, and I know if they need something, they'll call me. Now these 2 over here, I know that I'm probably in and out of the room constantly, right? However, when it comes to L&D, these 4, I'm constantly in and out of the room all the time. Not only that, but the charting is definitely different. In Medsurg, I probably would chart maybe 2 times a shift, and that's just because maybe it's not really much going on. Like, they've been here for a while, which in L&D, they're only there for maybe 2 days, maybe that's at most. I've seen patients there for a little bit longer, but at the most they're here for like 2 days. I probably only have them 1 day out of the time that they're here. Now, Medsurg, I will constantly get the same patients. If I had this patient last night, I'm getting them again today. And then if I'm here for a 3rd day, I'm getting them again on that 3rd day. So by that time, I know what to expect. I know what they need. I know what they don't need. I know I don't really got to chart all of this because they ain't nothing finna happen. Ain't nothing going on. That's about it. L&D, there's a new patient every time I come in, and there's constant charting. I have to chart if they move. I have to chart if they get up, if they go to the bathroom, if they don't get up and go to the bathroom, who's in the room, why they're in the room, what's going on, the time of this. I have to keep track of the time of everything. Everything. And it has to be the exact time. And I feel like sometimes in Medsurg, oh, well, this happened at like 12:30-ish, so I'm going to say 12:30. Nobody really cares. Like, not even that nobody cares, but it's like, this is around the time that it happened. I don't have to be as detailed in Medsurg as I have to be in L&D, and that's just because a lot of things you just don't have to chart. I don't have to chart if my patient got up and went to the bathroom. I don't have to chart that. I have to chart maybe their urine output, but I don't have to chart patient is up to the bathroom. Patient turned on their left side. Patient, but I do an L&D. So it's way more work, way more things to do, so to speak, technical, on a technicality. There's more things to do. Look at labor and delivery kind of like the ICU of things. There's so many different hats that you wear when you work as a labor and delivery nurse. I'm the circulating nurse, I'm the OR nurse, I'm the pre and post-op nurse, I am the antepartum, the postpartum, I'm running triage, I'm doing so many things. Medsurg is also more predictable than labor and delivery to me. If I come in, I read my patient's chart, I hear a report, in my head I'm thinking, yeah, they might be going down today. And not even to be negative, but it's like you have to kind of know what to expect from your patients. Like, if this patient goes down today, am I surprised? Am I prepared? Do I know what I need for this shift so this patient does not go down? And if they do go down, am I able to identify why based off what I already know about them? And L&D, I just feel like it's different. I feel like things change like that. Of course, things change like that in Medsurg. I mean, somebody can just go down out of nowhere. But I do feel like there are more signs in Medsurg than I feel like there are maybe in L&D. And I just feel like just because I'm watching this baby, and a baby can be completely happy. And when I say happy, I'm saying like their chart, their strip looks great. And that's fetal monitoring. The strip looks great. Baby is happy. And then all of a sudden I turn my head and baby is decelling, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what happened? So I have to run in and see, like, okay, what is mom doing to make this baby decel? What happened? It's a lot of critical thinking that I feel is way more than what I got when I was in Medsurg. Other difference is just my hospital now. My hospital now is completely different than the hospital that I came from. The hospital that I was at was newer. The brand of the hospital kind of was expanded. This hospital is kind of older. It's in the inner city. The hospital I was at was in the suburbs. And there are so many differences between the two. Their equipment is different. So when I'm coming in and I'm learning, everything that they have is completely new from what I've already been working with. And I feel like when people are showing me how to do stuff, they kind of look at me as if I'm incompetent, which I'm not. It's just, we didn't use that. And I hate to be like, well, at my old hospital, like, I don't want to be that person, especially because I'm new, but at my old hospital, we didn't do that. Sorry, but we didn't. So I had to relearn how to use their pump, how to do their tubing. It was self-explanatory, but it was just different. Like, what is this? Okay, I mean, okay, sure, whatever. Then they use Meditech. Lord. And I'm used to Epic. If you know, you know. Like, Meditech is Stone Ages. It's like the dial-up. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Like the AOL dial-up, like they used to screech, like when you get your first computer and everything is black and white. And I'm just sitting there like, and I'll be staring at something for a long time, and my preceptor is just like, oh, it's right there. Ma'am, I can see, but this black and white, like there's no color. Like this is literally just words on top of words on top of words on top of words. Honey, this is making my eyes hurt. Like, it's not even, I see it, but whatever. I feel like at this hospital, there are definitely less resources than at my old hospital. At my old hospital, I won't say that I never had to put in an IV, but I never had to put in an IV. which is why I didn't know how to put in an IV, which is kind of embarrassing because I feel like all nurses should know how to put in an IV. But we had an IV team. We had an IV team, or ICU would come up and do it for us. Now, granted, there were people on my floor who knew how to put in an IV, but I kind of steered away from it just because I know if I don't want to do it, somebody else gonna do it. Which I will not say that that's a good thing. That's a terrible thing. That is a terrible thing. But again, if we have an IV team, I'm just gonna utilize the IV team. Here, I have to do it all myself, and their whole IV tubing and all this stuff like that was different. So I seen it and I'm just like, why is it blood coming out like that? Like, what is it? Like, what is this? Like, why at my old hospital? Like, it was a mess for me. I feel like I looked a mess, and it just was bad. Like, it just was bad. Also, at my new hospital, there are residents, attendees, medical students, physicians, nursing students, nurses, NICU nurses, L&D nurses, mother baby nurses. Everybody is on this floor at the same time at some point. It's so many people. Now what I do know is that the hospital that I came from, we did not have residents. We didn't have residents. We didn't have medical students. We didn't have any of that. We had the doctor, the nurses, and that's it. And whoever came in the morning, but I don't work morning shifts, so like the social worker and stuff like that, I never had to see them, which was fine by me. But we didn't have as many people all going into the same room with one patient. Here we do. So it's kind of different for me, but I do feel like it's an advantage. At first, I was kind of just like, I'm not used to all these people. They're giving me anxiety. But now I definitely look at it as a learning opportunity, because the same amount of things that they're learning, I'm also piggybacking learning it too, because when I hear them ask a question and they figure out the answer, I'm also listening too. So it's kind of like I'm just like already a med student, no? No, but seriously, no, I'm so thankful to have them there, because it's always another person there with me. I'm always learning, and because I do want to be a midwife, I think that it's a great opportunity to see the differences in how different people work with different patients. Like I said, we have the attendings there who are going to be doctors, but we also have midwives there. And it's so refreshing to see the differences between how the midwives interact with the patients and how the doctors interact with the patients. And that's a video for a whole nother story, but it definitely pushes me to want to be a midwife even more. Even more. I don't even want a doctor delivering my baby. Midwife me. But I like that the med students and the residents and attendees, I love that they're all there, because I learned so much from them and they learn so much as well. And I love watching other people figure out new things. That's just me. Every time I tell people that I work in L&D, they're just like, oh, you work with the babies. You're with the babies. Oh my God. No, ma'am. That's not what it is. That is not what it is at all. There is so much that we do with the babies when they're not even here yet, okay? And I work in labor and delivery. Labor and delivery, which means I see the baby on the strip in labor, and then I see the baby after in delivery. And then they leave. So it's kind of just like, well, what do you do? Well, what do I do? I am there to assist in having an active labor. And once delivery comes, I am there with the baby for 2 hours. And that's it. So I'm not there just holding the baby. I've never sat there and held a baby. Ever since I've been there. Go on with your mama. Go on with your mother. Like, as much as I love babies, it's just that's not what we do. So the NICU nurses are there with the babies around the clock, and the mother baby nurses are there with mom and baby around the clock. But in L&D, I'm only there with mom and baby for 2 hours, and then in that time we're breastfeeding, we're giving baby vitals, we're making sure baby is okay, looking at vital signs, all of that stuff like that. And then after that, they leave. So it's not like as glamorous as people think it is. It's not really glamorous. I mean, I don't think that it's glamorous at all. I love it. I love it so much, but I don't think it's glamorous. I think that it's something. It's something, you know, like, I have had my hand all up someone's vagina before, and I have loved every bit of it. But to some people, they think that that's completely disgusting, and that is fine. But I literally love what I do. I'm so fulfilled. This journey has not been easy, to say the least. I have been through so many obstacles with this, but the goal is to be a midwife, and I'm going to accomplish that goal by any means necessary. I've worked so hard for this, and it's finally here, and it has not been easy. Y'all, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. I have 4 more weeks of orientation, and I'm not sure if I'm ready. I love my patients. I love what I do. I love women. I love baby. I love women and baby. I love it all. But y'all, it's not easy. And I'm sure that once I'm used to it and I got the hang of it, it'll become easier. Everything is just a work in process. Nothing just comes easy. And if it just does for you, then that's great for you, but it doesn't for me. But I know that, you know, I pray every morning before I go to work that I'm gonna have a good day, that I don't get fired. Like, I have to keep a positive attitude. I have to keep going, and I have to just keep telling myself, like, it's okay. You know, everybody doesn't get it on the first try. When I worked in Medsurg, I felt the same way then. And by the time I left, I was teaching other people how to do things. I knew what I was doing. I was comfortable. I would come to work. I don't gotta look my patient up. Just give me a report. I know what I'm doing. Don't even worry about it. We gonna figure it out later. And, you know, it came to me later, but it took some time. And I just know that that's just going to be the same with this. So I don't really stress it too much. I just let it be what it's going to be. And that's just it. But that's it for this video. I definitely just wanted to come on and make it very brief, just to tell you guys my experience. If you have any questions, comments, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want any specific topics on any videos. I don't know much, but I do know some. So with that being said, feel free to go ahead and just let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day, whatever day this is for you watching this video. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.